Another 7 months pass, bringing them 3 years from their first encounter. Time continued its slow, constant march, and soon winter was upon us. The skies were incredibly clear, hardly a cloud in sight. By all appearances, the weather was great, until the occasional gust of wind came along and chilled me to the bone. Each breath came out in a puff of white, dissipating as it drifted upward. Rubbing my arms, I made my way to where I knew I would find her. Still hanging out at the graveyard, then. Has she ever once skipped a day these last 3 years? Rain or snow, sweltering heat or bitter cold, she always seems to be here when I come looking. I let out a little sigh, then called for her. I swear, you spend so much time in this graveyard that one of these days someone's going to mistake you for a gravekeeper. Or maybe a grave robber. She turned around to face me. She looked moderately annoyed, her glare piercing as ever. I could hear the soft bite of her voice before she even responded. Someone less familiar with her might perceive her mannerisms as standoffish, not unlike she had been when I first brought her here. But I could clearly tell the difference. She was warming up, ever so slightly. I can understand a gravekeeper, but I take offense at the suggestion I look like a grave robber. Well, I mean, to be fair, a grave robber would have reason to wear, hooded attire, kind of conceal the face a bit, I'm praying for souls who have no one else to see them off. She was no longer walking on eggshells through every interaction. And her sense of self-worth seemed to have improved as well. I'd even go so far as to say she could get a bit cocky at times, generally at my expense. But that also meant I didn't have to tread quite so carefully around her either. Trading grievances and insults was becoming our personal kind of banter. Rather than signifying a widening rift, the increased level of abuse was a sign of how much closer we'd gotten. Honestly, I don't get it. Why do you care so much? These are the souls that have no one else to pray for them. At best, they make it a bit of lip service from a priest once or twice. It's our responsibility to offer a helping hand to the sick and the poor. To pray for the abandoned souls. Oh boy, here comes another sermon. What I don't get is why you need to pray for the dead at all. They're just bags of bones. I hope you enjoy an eternity in hell, blasphemer. Hey, that was uncalled for. I'm joking, obviously. Oh, is that a smile? You take black humor to a new level. The fact that she would even call such remarks a joke was proof enough of how far she had come. This wasn't the first time I had told her I thought the living were more important than the dead, and we still disagreed on that point. But our difference in values had caused her to push away much harder before than she did now. At least, I was pretty sure she wasn't pushing me away as much. Hey, it's that time again, Morgana. Come on, don't turn away from me. I know you can hear me. I brought ointment, so let me put it on you. It's a waste of time. You don't know that. Your arms look much better than before. It won't be long before your face starts healing too. Ointment isn't free. You're wasting your money. It's my money, I can use it however I please. So just shut up and let me do this. You're a very obnoxious man, you know. What was that? You want me to rub it in real hard, do you? Fine. While it might appear I wanted something in return for my efforts, I wasn't in it for gratitude or reward. It was more like my way of retaliating. She badmouthed me. I made her take my ointment. We had performed this ritual hundreds of times now, though the exact shape of the exchange slowly evolved over time, where I would once desperately attempt to shoot down her assertions of wasting your time and there's no point. I'd come to realize that doing so only put unnecessary stress on her, so I started jabbing back instead. And for all her complaining, I was pretty sure Morgana wasn't entirely put off by my stubborn insistence. The day after the festival, when I had declared my intent to keep trying to heal her face, she had responded with, "I won't stop complaining either," and I had said, "I'll have to practice not letting it get under my skin as much then." I still remembered that day, quite vividly, and I hoped she did as well. So it might come off like we were genuinely fighting. In reality, I quite enjoyed our little sparring matches. She was still outwardly reticent and sulky as ever, but in a kind of charming way, now that we had established this routine. Not having to be so painfully careful with my words made things easier for me as well. What are you laughing about? Oh, nothing. Hey, don't give me that death glare of yours. You think this is me glaring? So I've been meaning to ask you something. And what would that be? What are you hoping to get out of repairing my face? I'm not trying to get anything. I just want to heal. I just want you to heal up. And here I thought you were going to try to make me work at the brothel. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not going to make you be a prostitute. What other reason could you have for wanting my face to get better? Because I want to see it? Isn't that enough? Just so we're clear, that wasn't me hitting on you, okay? The thought never occurred to me. I hope you're prepared to be let down if I ever do heal. In fact, you had best not get your hopes up at all. The higher you let your expectations climb, the greater your disappointment will be when I turn out to be equally hideous beneath these scars. Oh, now come on, Morgana. It can't be... Come on, the scars are pretty bad, you know. I mean, not to insult, but anything's going to be an improvement over this, right? Right? Not even I can remember what I looked like before. I'm not afraid to be disappointed. That possibility is just part of the fun. Poor choice of words. You have as much tact as a worm. No tact and preference for ugly girls, I'm told. I'm a real winner. Ugly girl. It's a wonder no one throttles you in your sleep. I'll still be your friend, even if you turn out to be the ugliest girl in the city. You should be grateful. You're unbelievable. And to think I used to think you were a half-decent man. If you'd like me to go back to walking on thin ice, I can, but my gut tells me that's not what you really want. There's a difference between not sugarcoating your words and being outright rude, you realize? Yeah, you're one to talk. How is it you haven't managed to chase off everyone in your life yet? I act like a decent guy around other people. Do my best to fit in. Then why are you such a dolt around me? Just doing my best to fit in. So you're saying this is my fault? Everyone could use a thorn or two. Makes them more exciting. You especially. Okay, that should be everything. Does it sting anywhere? Not particularly, no. Alright. Oh, also, finish up here and get back to the brothel soon. Unless you'd rather I drag you there. Why? Seriously? It's your damn birthday, that's why. And? What do you think, dimwits? Maria and the girls want to celebrate. Get back there soon, okay? I'm planning to drop by too. Okay? Okay. As much as I loathe to admit it, she can be kinda cute when she's not wishing me an eternity in hell. Not that I'm ever letting loose words leave my lips. Or letting those words leave my lips. So, hey, I thought you were leaving. So did I, Morgana. So did I. One day I'll show you the world. Sometimes I wonder if that's the only phrase you know. Yes, I heard you the first 100 times. I won't get my hopes up. And she thinks I don't sugarcoat my words. Get your hopes up, damn it. Anyway, I'll see you later. I had every intention of making good on that promise, and I had more than enough reason to believe I could. Though, admittedly, it wasn't until recently that I could say so with such confidence. It was no longer mere slum rat's fantasy. Our ranks were getting stronger by the day. Discontent with the Lord was up, but overall so was our morale. I could feel it. The time was near. Though the biggest motivating factor lay elsewhere. In something that had occurred about a month earlier. I'd yet to share this little nugget with anyone else, though. This could be the key to bringing it all together. But I need to keep my head in the right place today. It's Morgana's birthday above anything else. Planning this revolution can wait another day. I was probably a bit too eager to get started. My judgment clouded by anticipation. And the very thought that I could soon be someone of real significance. That excitement had probably leaked a bit into my conversation with Morgana. If only. If only I had understood. Had truly grasped the extent of my own capabilities, where I should have been focusing my effort. Then perhaps we could have ended up on a very different path. But it would not be until much, much later that I came to realize the error of my ways. Well, that was ominous. About time you showed up. Get in here and give us a hand, would you? I was engulfed by the scent of roasting meat as soon as I stepped through the back door of the brothel. It smelled like it had even been seasoned with herbs, kicking my appetite into high gear. For the common man, culinary herbs were a delicacy, expensive, and not something you could get your hands on easily. And that went doubly so for us in the slums. This is much more elaborate than I was expecting. How did you even get all the supplies you needed? It's mostly a mishmash of everyone's rainy day funds. Events like this are about the only way I can convince the girls to let loose. Everyone's also concerned about making sure they've always got plenty saved up, which ain't a bad thing in itself, but they're gonna end up stressing themselves straight to the grave. I smirked. Ria's heart was always with the girls. Obviously, the party was still for Morgana, but parties were meant to be enjoyed by everyone involved, not only the star. It would have been even better if we could have given all the girls tonight off and partied till we dropped. But unfortunately, business isn't strong enough to afford that. And I'd rather not deal with a bunch of blue-ball buffoons bitching at me about it either. So all the girls who couldn't take off are getting an extra side of meat to make up for it. You're on cutting duty. And make sure to cut them exactly the same size. Don't let anyone blowing their top about not getting their fair share. The fate of the party is in your hands. Don't F this up. I get the feeling I'll be their punching bag no matter how precise I cut the meat. On a somewhat different note, I'm surprised you had herbs lying around. Oh yeah, those are... They were a gift from one of my rags. Hello, Jaren. What's up, Jackie? You're as obnoxiously perky as ever, I see. That's how you're gonna greet me, big butt? For a particular subset of our customer base, it's the relentless perk that keeps them perky. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment. Some girls have to pretend to be spunky airheads to keep those guys coming back, but you're a natural. That's impressive as hell. Is it? Wee, I've got the big boss seal of approval. I don't think you quite get it, Jaren. You know how Jaren used to work up in the city? Well, one of her old clients followed her when she moved down here. And he's the one who gave her the herbs. Not the cheapo bottom of the barrel stuff either. This is some primo shit. Nice all, Jaren. You're right, you don't get this kind of aroma from a low-quality plant. It's strong enough, I almost wonder if people outside can smell it. I bet we'll have at least a few customers drawn in thinking they were craving pussy only to find out they were really hungry. Someone needs to get this woman a damn filter. I really hope Morgs likes it. Morgs likes it. I know she used to hate everything, even the sight of meat, but it seems like she's kind of gotten over that recently-ish. People do change over time, so maybe she'll be fine. Maybe she even has some kind of traumatic meat-related past, and she's just now overcoming it. Something to that effect. Why, some help with these dishes would be real nice. Oh, pick me, I'll do it. Alright, Jackie, see you in a bit. It sure didn't take long for her to make this place her home. Make it sound like that's a bad thing. What, do you not want her here or something? Because personally, I'm doing everything I can to make everyone here feel at home. No, I never said. Why so serious? It was just a joke. I agree with you entirely. Girls like her... girl like her doesn't belong in a whorehouse. No, she doesn't. A while back, I had suggested Jaren look into some other line of work to take up singing instead of prostitution. On her days off, she still went to the pub and performed, always to great acclaim. And while it seemed she had seriously considered my proposition, a few days later she said, I think I'd rather stick around the brothel for a while. You and Maria treat me like family. And I want to be with my family for now, you know? If that's what she wants, that's her choice. I have no right to force what I think is best on her. So, question. Yeah? Have you decided what you're going to give her? I haven't the faintest idea what you're referring to. Bullshit, I know, you know. I know you know, I know. Why does she have to be so damn astute? Was it just that obvious? I hadn't spoken about my feelings for Morgana with anyone since I'd realized I had them. Not even Maria, my closest friend. But she had a way of seeing right through me. And while she often poked fun at me about the age difference, she never actually mocked me. Not seriously, at least. Though she did avoid bringing it up while Jaren was around, out of respect for her feelings. Pretty much all the other girls seemed to have picked up on it, so Jaren likely had as well. Then again, it was Jaren, so it was equally likely she hadn't an inkling. After one particularly extensive round of teasing, Maria had gone on to say, "In the end, all that really matters is that you're happy. Sure, I'll feel bad for Jaren, but ultimately me and you, we've been to hell and back together. If I have to pick one of you, it'll be you. And yeah, I know, cheesy as F, but you don't have to tell me. But hey, there's still the chance Morgana will give you the most brutal rejection of all time. Hell, I'd call that one more likely than the alternative." That was her way of showing support. "So, what do you get her? As your big sister, I'd be happy to check out the present before you give it to her. Make sure you don't make too big an ass out of yourself. Again, I'm older than you, and again, we're not related. I bought a necklace as per your suggestion. Girls appreciate that sort of thing, don't they? Most do. Me, I've got a taste for knives and other such pointy things. I doubt she has much interest in those, though. Sometimes I wonder if you're actually a girl." Excuse you? Who's the last guy you saw with tits like these? I'm pretty damn smoking if I do say so myself. You telling me this body don't light a fire in your loins? Not even a spark. I've grown so accustomed to seeing you over the years, you don't even register in that part of my brain. Is that how it works? You spend so much time with someone, do you go now? Would you rather I did find you arousing? Hell no. You so much as lay a finger on me, and I'll make sure you never get it up again. Then don't bring up the subject. I'm going to choose to believe she means I won't get up on my feet again. So, today's the day, right? You give her the present, then you finally tell her how you feel? Excuse me? Why would I? Don't be a wuss. It's about damn time you manned up and told her. I think you've got a better chance than you think. Do I need to remind you how old she is? 12, as of today. Exactly. Practically an adult. I was knee-deep in dick at that age. You're comparing her to you. The longer you hold off saying something, the more difficult it becomes. Break a leg. Party's gonna be in the back, so there won't be any customers around to interfere. Alright. Anywho, I've got decorations to put up. You get going, beat boy. I didn't realize that flower decision from way back would lead me down a romance option with the young-ish child. I should have seen it coming, but didn't. Anyways. Would waiting until she turns 16 really be putting it off too long? How would I even go about saying it, assuming I actually did? Even if your face still isn't healed in 4 years, I'll take you as my lifetime partner, Morgana. God, no, that's terrible. There has to be a better way to put it. So much for a nice, relaxing birthday party. Yeah, no rush, no rush. Morgana arrived as the sun was beginning to set and our preparations neared completion. Myself, Maria, Jaren and a handful of other girls who didn't have to work were gathered in the back room. Dishes stacked with food lined the floor, and our group sat in a circle around it. Several different conversations going on at once. I apologize for not being able to assist in any way. Don't apologize, it's your birthday. Sit your little bum down and let the world revolve around you for once. If you insist. Atta girl, hop on right down. Not in the friggin' corner. Hey, Morgana. There's space next to me. It's a much better spot than over there in the corner. You have easy access to anything you'd like to eat. Though I suppose if you wanted, I could get your food for you. I'll sit next to Maria. Don't look it into your lads. Are you there, Mord? How's the drink? Your head spin yet? It most certainly is not. Well, let's make it spin. Let's make the whole world spin, wee. Wine is only to be used for nourishment. It is not meant for base recreation. You shall be smitten down from above if... It's fine, don't worry. Even God's taken the day off to get wasted out of his mind. How dare you disrespect the Lord like that? Eat, drink, drink, eat, drink. Eat, drink. Wait, stop, I can't. I'm in heaven. My stomach's in heaven. She's sound asleep. Girl looks like it's her birthday we're celebrating here. What do you say? Want me to give her a good whack upside the head? No, it's fine. Let her sleep. She looks so happy. I'd almost feel bad waking her. If you say so. You're the one in charge today. So, you and Jaren getting along alright? Huh? It looked like you were trying to keep your distance a little while back. I don't get that impression from you anymore, but if there's any friction at all, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm getting along fine with her now. If anything does come up, I will tell you. Okay. Well, I'm really glad to hear it. With Jaren, it's, well, what you see is what you get. Once you get past that, there's never a dull moment with her. Indeed. Although, it wasn't anything I did that cleared the air between us, but... Oh? Never mind. And this asshole thinks because he's paying, that means he can do whatever he feels like. And I'm having to tell him to back off and just, ugh. I can't believe some of these guys. Oh, look, I'm so sorry. Oh, I've got a good one, too. The other day, this guy came in totally shit-faced. Oh, wait, are you serious? Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? I've chased the pricks off. I'd have chased the pricks off if I'd known. It seems like any time you get more than a couple of these girls together, conversation inevitably drifts back to work. Which, of course, is the subject Morgana's least keen on. She looks like she wants to run away. Guess I've got to step in. You guys think you could maybe change the subject? Like we have anything else to talk about? Making the birthday girl want to hide in a corner defeats the whole purpose, don't you think? Oh, no, don't mind me. I don't have anything I want to talk about. At least eat something, then. I've eaten plenty, thank you. I'm quite full. Then how about the cookies? They're fairly sweetened and dry as a rock, but they're edible. Jacopo, you little bitch. If you had some stones to shit-talk my cookies to my face. Stop it, Maria. Stop throwing things at me. For God's sake, can you not show a modicum of decorum for just one day? Yeah, you're totally one to talk. You could try not being a massive dick for once in your life. Name one thing I've done to warrant this kind of abuse. You first. You're the one who started throwing accusations. There it is, right on schedule. You two little lovebirds. Fight, fight, fight. We are not lovebirds. I don't even care anymore. You are right about one thing, though. This is Morgana's day, so let's change the subject. Like I said, I don't have anything to talk about. Sure you do. You just have to look a little harder. Not saying you have to reminisce for us. It can be anything. Let's see. Here's an idea. Are there any guys you got your eyes on? There is. What? Seriously? Holy shit. Who is it? Tell me. Who's the lucky guy? God. Typical Morgana answer right there. Don't give me that look. I don't need your sympathy. If you're gonna dream big, right? Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Pinning after the all-powerful, all-knowing God, I'm with you. You bald-faced liar. The grass may be a hell of a lot greener up there, but it's a bit far, don't you think? You're better off settling for the weeds down here. Did you just imply I'm a weed? Say, the young man over... Wait, stop right there. Don't say another word. Whoopsie. Me and my big mouth. I almost did your job for you. Damn it, Maria. This is not good. Like hell, I'm gonna let her spill it on a whim. I have to do something before she has another slip of the tongue. Morgana. What she was trying to say is that I have to go. What? I have to go to the bathroom. Sure. My sides ain't gonna last much longer if you keep this up. This is no laughing matter. Ow, what the hell? Don't throw things at me. You did it first. Damn it all. Now that was a good laugh. God, you're such a dork. How hard is it to just say it? It would have been easier if you hadn't cornered me like that. You expect me to believe you would have done it without a little nudge? I would have. Eventually. Eventually ain't gonna cut it. Now's the right time. Don't worry, me and the girls won't make fun of you too much for getting your rocks off to little girls. That's not the reason I like her. Besides, I'd wait at least 4 years before. Doesn't mean you can't tell her now. I think it'd do her wonders, really. She's, well, you know. So I think knowing someone cares about her will lighten the load a bit. And obviously we care about her too. She's like family. But there's something sister love just can't hold a candle to. Mushy romance may not be my cup of tea, but that doesn't mean even I don't think it would be nice to have something special every once in a while. When she comes back, give her the necklace and tell her how you feel. And if she turns it down, you can always have a good laugh about it. Maria and a few other girls chuckled. My lips had twisted almost into a knot from sheer overwhelming discomfort. But at the same time, I knew she had a point. I could say how I felt now just as easily as 4 years from now. It couldn't develop into anything for some time yet, no, but simply letting Morgana know that someone cared about her, and her specifically, could very well lighten some of the load she bore. As much as she had warmed up to us, she still very clearly kept herself walled off. And though she tried to pretend otherwise, she did still get rather gloomy whenever she passed by something reflective. But if I could convince her that her physical appearance had no bearing on my feelings, then maybe, just maybe, it could clear away some of the clouds hanging over her. Possibly even light the way to the day when I could at last see her smile. That was all the motivation I needed. I'll do it. I'll tell her. Not only for myself, but for her as well. I can do this. This is going to end disastrously. And now I'm making myself nervous as hell. Calm yourself, Jacopo. This is nothing. You infiltrated the Lord's Manor, for crying out loud. Telling a girl how you feel is considerably less likely to kill you. Even a child could do it. You look so tense. Your nerves could snap at any moment. I am not. God damn it. Please hurry up, Morgana. I want to get this over with as soon as possible. What was that? Oh yeah. What was that, Sounded like a scream. Trouble with the client, maybe? No, it didn't sound like that kind of scream. Something's wrong. I can feel it in my guts. Maria, I need you to take the girls down to the cellar now. Alright, I'll send them down, but I'm coming with you to see what's up. It could just be a client causing a ruckus. No, you go with the girls. I'll check it out. Now get moving. Okay, I'm going. Wake up, Jaren, come on. Now! Following the first, there were several more screams, intermingled with what sounded like men shouting from the guest room. Something very bad was happening out there. My sword is back at the armory, damn it! Improvisational weapon, that'll be fine. Taking a brief detour to the kitchen to grab a knife, I then dashed through the corridor toward the source of the disturbance. Shoving my way past a several-layer thick makeshift curtain. No, help! Stay back. I'm just a customer. I don't have anything. What the hell was I seeing? Help! Why was this happening? That's seriously all they got? My shit's worth more than most of this garbage. Like the whore's alive, you hear me? We'll probably sell for more than anything else we found. They were laying waste to the brothel. Untrained, unarmed, and unclothed, the girls and their clients alike were helpless against the slaughter being rained down upon them. Bludgeoned, mutilated, massacred. A good dozen men, thieves by the looks of it, had swarmed the brothel, utterly ravaged it. Blood spattered every which way, staining the colorful fabrics hanging on the walls. The stench of blood, screams of agony, cries of fear, and hoots of mad glee all blended into one sickening blur. Gah! I nearly stepped into the chaos, but stopped myself at the last second. I was furious. Of course I was. I knew those girls, and this band of barbarians was slaughtering them before my very eyes. I wanted nothing more than to charge in and rescue all of them. But I also knew damn well that me charging in there alone would accomplish nothing. God damn it! Why now? Why here? Why? How did they get so many men in here? If there were any signs of organized movement, someone would have noticed. I would have heard about it. How did they manage to sneak past everyone we had on patrol? How's it even possible a bunch of damn bandits managed to organize a raid of this scale without anyone catching wind of it? God damn it. There's no saving anyone in the guest room. I need to find whoever else I can and get them out through the back. As soon as I decided there was nothing I could do here, my next job, was obviously to minimize any further loss of life. I knew logically it was the smart thing to do, but that knowledge didn't do anything to quell the anger roiling around inside me. And then another thought snapped to the front of my mind, rattling me further. Morgana. She had said she was going to the bathroom, which meant she hadn't come this way. So I dearly hoped. That hope wasn't enough to overcome the fear that she had. I searched frantically for any sign of her. More panic than even I realized. I knew exactly what one of those brutes would do to Morgana if they happened to cross her. A prostitute in decent health they would merely take captive. But seeing Morgana's face, they would assume she had a kind of disease. And they would kill her without a second thought. Morgana! Intending to take my search elsewhere, I set off, my shadow suddenly darkening. But in too much of a rush to notice. Ah, God! Something seemed to crash into me from behind. Though it flashed in and out of view. For a split second, the multicolored fabrics around me appeared in black and white. I barely held on to my consciousness. A few seconds later, the pain set in. My gaze drifted downwards to the curious protrusion in my stomach. The tip of a blade sticking out of my gut. Blood streamed along the middle surface. What? I twisted my body, distinctly aware of every minuscule movement of the blade as it slid through raw flesh, back and out the hole it had entered. It was almost enough to make my legs buckle. When I finally managed to turn all the way around, there stood a large man, probably grinning. He kicked me backward, and then rammed his heel through the gash in my stomach. An animalistic howl. It was pain unlike any I'd ever experienced before. I felt as though I had been struck by lightning. The only thing I had room for in my mind was overwhelming agony. And before long it reached its breaking point. Damn it! And the whole world went black.